Hello there, you're watching Go Island, the Royals edition, or should I say the baseball edition.
Aaron Vissia Financial Go Island is brought to you by Aaron Vissia Financial.
Well, hello there, you are watching Go Island. It is the Royal edition, the Royals edition, because we're talking baseball. So who else would we be talking to than Mr. Baseball himself, Jim Saradick. Jim, who are the Royals?
These are the Parksville Royals, and we play in a league out of Parksville in a 13-team league called the Premier Baseball League.
Now, we were talking a little bit before the cameras were rolling, so I know a bit here. This is one of the best leagues in Canada, considered by many people.
That's absolutely true, and this is being touted in a number of sources, not just me.
So when we talk about what level this league is at, is it comparable to, say, the Bulldogs?
Yeah, in some ways the ages are the same. It's a high school league, basically 15 years through 18 years. It could be called midget baseball also.
So midget baseball, and of course, Jim Saradick, you're one of the coaches.
Yes, I've been fortunate enough to be associated with the Royals for the past 15 years. I handle the pitching, and Dave Wallace does the managing aspect. And we also have a general manager, Scott Rodway, who does all our administrative aspects.
And this is a team that draws young people from all the way from Tassus, I think you were mentioning, and of course Port Alberni is always on the team.
Usually we hope to get kids from Port Alberni, and this year we're fortunate enough to have one. Next year we anticipate having at least two more. Yeah, we are extreme boundaries. We have had one kid from Tassus, but Port Alice, Port McNeil, and most of the kids come from Campbell River, Courtenay, of course with the sprinkling from the Parksville Qualicum area.
And as one of the premier leagues of this age group in Canada, I bet you've got some kids that have moved on to big things.
We certainly have. The kid or the young man who's made it furthest would be Taylor Green from Courtenay. He has played in the major leagues with Milwaukee Brewers. Currently we have three other players who are in the minor leagues.
Unbelievable. It's amazing to me that right on the island here we have young people training under you who go on to such big things. No wonder Jim Saradick wrote a book about it. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But before we do that, our own Jose Araujo is going to start swinging a bat, but it's not the same thing at all. Well, welcome back. You are looking at a picture of the Parksville Royals. Now, this was the very first Parksville Royals team, and there were two local boys on this, Rick Mikolenko, and
Curtis Reynolds.
Excellent. So this is the book. This is the Royals 55, 20 years of Royals. I got to get the name right, Jim, if I'm going to do this. That Jim Saradick has written about the Parksville Royals. Why did you take on this project? Why did you decide to do it?
Well, it is our 20th anniversary, and I felt that I'd just like to dedicate something to all the players who have gone through the system of the Royals. It's both a momentum and a commemoration. So it's just something that they will look back on, their time with the Royals, their experiences, which hopefully were mostly positive. And yeah, it's also going to be for sale to the public.
And that's a big part of it. We're going to tell you where you can pick up one of these books right away. Tell me a little bit more about what's in it. I noticed you've got team photos. You've got every photo, every team for the 20 years?
Yes, we were fortunate enough to have a record. So there is a team photo for all 20 years. There's also, the photo section per se comes out to about 63 or 64 pages of photographs. So these are individual photos, photos in context, and along with, of course, captions. So, people will be able to identify with it. And yeah, I'm really happy with the collage that came out.
Oh, it's a wonderful looking book. And did I see some player profiles in there?
You definitely did see player profiles. It's not just the Royal story by Jim Saradick. It was specifically designed to be a collection, and I've already used the word collage once, but it is a mixture of stories by a number of people who have been associated with the team throughout the years. That's both players and administration.
It's a wonderful memento. Anybody that's ever been associated with the Royals, I know is going to want a copy of this. Anybody that just loves baseball and went out to watch the team, I bet you is going to get a kick out of this. It's well done. This must have taken you some time.
It did, and there's a little bit of a story. Initially, I thought this should take 3.5 weeks, tops, 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 tops. Holy cow. 4.5 months later, finally, I managed to put a period at the end of the last sentence.
Well, you know what, Jim? 4.5 months sounds pretty fast to me to put out a book. Like, this is a thick little book here, so there's a lot of good reading in it, a lot of walks down memory lane. I know you're going to enjoy it. We'll be back in just a minute to tell you where you can pick it up. But first, I think you need to watch a few more stories. Well, hello again. You are still watching Go Island. We are still talking about 20 years of Royals, the Parksville Royals, written by Jim Saradick. And Jim, we've told the folks at home all sorts of things about this book, about the team. Now where can they buy it?
Well, it is available at the concession at our home field in Parksville, which is Inouye Wallace Field, named after two of the founders of the Royals. For those who are unfamiliar with it, it is adjacent to Springwood Middle School.
And it's not going to cost them an arm and a leg, I'm not thinking.
No, not an arm and a leg, just $20. And we're making a whopping profit on this thing of 30 cents a copy because the printing costs literally are very, very extensive. So it's $20. You can also access this thing via the two websites. It is the parksvilleroyals.com and also one called Royals Rodeo at gmail.com, and we have set up PayPal accounts where you can buy this book online.
Well, I think it's a bargain. I think you better pay for the printing, folks out there. Anybody that's ever played baseball with the Royals or gone out to watch a game, you're going to love this book because it has so much information in it, so many photographs, team photos. You'll remember faces as soon as you see them. And I have a big question for Jim. You have been involved in baseball for so long. Why do you still love it so much? You're still coaching, you're still writing about it.
I guess as we're standing out here in the outfield, I could borrow a line from a baseball book. It's the thrill of the grass. It's just, to me, it's something in my blood. There was a famous quote too. I think it's famous. Former pitcher, major league pitcher, said, "We spent our whole time trying to learn how to grip a baseball, when in the end, the reverse was true. It's the baseball that grips us." And there's just something about working with young people, and in this particular case, the kids that we're working with, they definitely want to be there. They take instruction very, very well. And our results are mostly positive. In fact, I'd say overwhelmingly positive. And the parents are extremely supportive. The administration is supportive. So it's just a little bit of something that I can offer back to younger people. Baseball has done some wonderful things for me throughout my career. And it's just a way of giving something back, and hopefully some of the kids that you touch along the way, they will reciprocate as they get older, and that's just how the circle of sport and life is perpetuated. You have to give something back. So that's all I've done throughout the years, and will continue to do for a while yet.
Jim, I'm so glad I asked that question. And on behalf of all of the hundreds, thousands of kids, thank you. Well done.
Oh gosh, thank you.
Now, we're almost at the end of our show, but of course, there's something else for you to watch. Well, that does bring us to the end of another Go Island. And you know, I kind of got choked up when Jim was talking about how much he still loves baseball. Until we meet again, be good to each other.
Aaron Vissia Financial Go Island is brought to you by Aaron Vissia Financial, supporting community and providing personalized advice and service to clients since 1996. Our team is ready to help you with your financial future.